Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we took down Price of the Mahogany Gym, which is technically the 7th gym of the game, even though we hadn't done the 6th yet, which as you can probably tell, I'm standing outside of right now. Now, in between videos, I did kind of debate whether or not I wanted to grind, and I decided not to. You'll see my team here is still all level 32. So I did not do any grinding in between videos, mostly because I think it would make me over-leveled for the next area, and I would rather avoid that. So here we go into the Olivine City gym, which, well, as you can see, is actually the most simple gym, I think, in any game. There's no gym trainers, no puzzles to do, or anything. It's just a room with the gym leader. So, let's see who I have in the lead here. Barbara? No, I'd definitely rather have Elephant in the lead. There we go, and let's go ahead and talk. Oh, yeah, no problem. Steel types, huh? Yeah, I do actually. Well, only recently discovered as of this generation. Yeah, I guess let's begin. For boss time against Jasmine, leader of the Olivine City Gym. So yeah, don't be fooled by her, like, docile character or appearance. This can actually be a pretty hard boss fight. Especially because the levels, especially, like, when you first finish the Olivine, or rather, when you first finish the Lighthouse side quest, you're probably not going to be anywhere near ready to take on this gym. I know I certainly wasn't the first few times I played this game. For whatever reason, it did take me a couple playthroughs to realize, like, oh, I can just skip trying to beat Jasmine here and just go do the next area to level up. Okay, so yeah, she starts out with level 30 Magnemite. That's not a big deal. Here's the real challenge here, her Steelix. No, I'm not going to switch here, but yeah, Steelix is the evolved form of Onix, a very powerful Pokemon, and at level 35, no less. Like, how are you supposed to be able to beat that the first time you come here? Well, it's actually not impossible by any means, but what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use Mud Slap, not only because it's super effective, well, even though it doesn't deal very much damage. Yes, Steelix has very, very, very high defense, but I want to get Steelix's accuracy down more than anything else. And as you can see, Elephant can withstand the Iron Tail pretty decently, having the high amount of defense she does, but even then, you see that still dealt a really decent chunk of damage. The thing about Iron Tail is that it has really high base power at 100, but it only has about 75% accuracy. So if I can just get Steelix's base accuracy down, it'll probably never hit with the Iron Tail there. I know this Steelix also has Sandstorm. I don't know if it'll try to use it or not. Sandstorm is another weather move, but it'll damage any Pokemon that aren't Rock, Ground, or Steel type at the end of every turn. Okay, I think we got 2 more Mud Slaps until Steelix's accuracy is all the way down. 1 more after that one. Okay, hopefully this won't KO Elephant. I think I should barely live it. Yes, okay. I am going to take this opportunity to heal, though. By the way, I know my levels, I'm pretty sure all the same. If my money ends up looking a little bit different, it's because I forgot to save at the end of the last recording session, so I had to replay the Rocket Base and the Mahogany Gym again. But, okay, here comes the Hyper Potion. I figured something like this was coming. But again, I'm mostly just looking to get the HP down, or the accuracy down here, more than the HP. Okay, so I think that should make 6. I'm going to use 1 more just in case I miscounted, but I think that should be right. Okay, yeah, see, we didn't get a message there for accuracy lowering. I'm pretty sure that means the accuracy is down all the way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Hot Pocket, because Hot Pocket's Flame Wheel, I believe, should still be super effective here. Oh no, it landed anyway. It's not very effective, but okay, that definitely did not deal as much damage as I thought it would. I knew Iron Tail wouldn't be very effective, but I thought, okay, yeah, this is going to make our defense fall, which I want to watch out for. Okay, I'm going to try to use Flame Wheel here to finish this. Probably not in this hit, probably in 2 hits. Okay, it is super effective. And wow, I actually did finish it in one hit. Holy cow, I was not expecting that. Well, there you go. So that's one of the easier ways to deal with Steelix there. Really, I didn't even need to do all that mud slap accuracy lowering. I could have just done the flame wheel, looks like. But another Magnemite here. Since Hot Pocket's level 33, I'll just let Elfun get the experience here. So yeah, the Magnemites themselves are not too bad. They're only level 30. And again, they're Magnemites, so they're pretty weak. Especially if you have a ground-type move like Mud Slap, which you should. Since, you know, we got that as a TM from the first gym. But as far as, like, the Steelix goes, if you're not at quite a high level as I am, the accuracy lowering is going to be really, really important. Or it's something like Double Team to boost your evasion. But in any case, yep, we managed to defeat Jasmine. Definitely much easier than I thought. I'm actually really glad I didn't do that grinding now. Because like I said, that would have made me way over-leveled for the next area. And, yeah, apparently this battle isn't quite as tough as I remember it being. And we also get TM23, which will contain Iron Tail. Let's see. Let me see real quick who all can learn that. Well, now, even I think if someone could learn it, it's just not that reliable of a move with only 75% accuracy. Okay, so now after leaving the gym, we get a phone call here. Really? With radio broadcasts, huh? I should have known. No, that couldn't be true. Except now we already know it is true. But yeah, so you'll get that phone call after leaving the gym after getting your 7th gym badge. Not necessarily the Mahogany Town one, but just whatever gym badge you happen to get 7th. At this point in the game, I believe... Yeah, at this point in the game, honestly, you can fight Chuck, Price, and Jasmine really in whatever order you want. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Especially considering Chuck and Price are only one level apart, which, again, I always thought was really weird about this game. Like, I don't know. The levels of the gym leaders all seemed really odd. But in any case, sounds like something's going on with the radio broadcast, huh? Well, if you remember, the radio tower for all of Johto is actually in Goldenrod City, so maybe we should fly over there and see what's going on. Everything seems normal in town, except... Whoa. I mean, I disagree, but alright. Yeah, you see actually all the NPCs that were walking around, which I actually never noticed this before just now. There were NPCs walking around here, but now they're all gone. And yeah, there's a bunch of rockets around instead. Oh, I mean, is there a real point in keeping it a secret? We already know you've taken it over since you're broadcasting radio signals. Yeah, this rocket just says the same thing as before, which just is a nice little bit of foreshadowing right here, but in any case, let's head on in. Uh-oh, I recognize that music. Let's see what she has to say. I wouldn't think so. Also, shouldn't you be more concerned about, you know, being taken hostage? But, well. And yeah, every time you encounter a rocket, the music's gonna restart. Which I don't know, kind of think is a little bit of a flavor fail. I think it'd be cool if this music just played throughout the whole area. But oh well. So yeah, now we're gonna have to make our way up the radio tower, which I kind of wish I would have shown the radio tower, like, the first time we came here, but there wasn't really a whole lot to do, which is why I didn't show it. But in any case, now we gotta make our way up the radio tower and fight all the rocket grunts along the way. Which, okay, I was thinking about this earlier, and I've never really understood. So, I get that at the Lake of Rage, they were testing out radio broadcasting signals, right? And they were using those to make the Magikarp evolve into Gyarados. But, now I get that, you know, they were using radio broadcast waves then, and now they're broadcasting from a radio tower. But I still don't really understand what exactly the two schemes there had to do with each other. Okay, so Elfin could learn Rollout here. But I'm going to pass on that, because I'm not really a huge fan of Rollout. And I could replace Rock Smash with it, but I think we'll need it later in the game anyway, so I'm just going to keep it around. But yeah, I've never really been clear what the Lake of Rage scheme really has to do with taking over the radio tower here. I mean, I don't remember. Did one of them say that they were going to sell the Gyarados they were forcing to evolve, or is that just in the anime? I don't think anyone in the game actually mentioned what they were doing with the Magikarp they were forcing to evolve into Gyarados. And also, I don't really know why you would need to test out a radio wave broadcaster, since, I mean, if you're just going to take over the radio tower, wouldn't you know that their radio broadcast signals work? I don't know. Maybe I know I'm just thinking too hard about it, and maybe there's like one line of dialogue that I missed or forgot about that did kind of tie that together, but oh well. Oh, one other thing too. I guess let me walk out real quick to show this. If you actually go to your Pokegear at this point in the game and go to the radio and tune into, I think, pretty much any station. Yeah, if you tune into any station, you'll hear the Team Rocket music and you'll get this little message here. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, really. They're just saying, hey, we're back, and Giovanni, if you're out there, we want you to take leadership again. Looks like there's some people here. I think it's pretty clear that they're trying to find Giovanni. So I didn't really show this earlier, but this is like the password show. You can listen in once a day and then come talk to her. And she'll, if you tell her the password, which you get by listening to a radio station, she'll give you a random item. I just think that was a funny bit of dialogue that she was like, password is help, as in we're being taken over. But in any case, let me go ahead and switch over to Barbara here. And we'll fight more Rocket Grunts. Yeah, I'm still a little bummed that Barbara isn't able to learn Sludge Bomb. So I ended up looking at the Gen 2 moveset for Zubat's evolutionary line, and it's really kind of dumb, actually. They don't get any poison-type moves. I mean, they get a couple, but none that deal damage. Like, they'll get a poison-type move that afflicts a poison status, and we'll see that later in the game. I will end up teaching that move to Barbara, but other than that, they don't get any poison-type moves in this game, so honestly, Barbara's really just a glorified flying type with some additional weaknesses since she's poison type. Yeah, had I done that research ahead of time, I guess I just assumed that Barbara could learn Sludge Bomb. But had I done that research ahead of time, maybe I would have picked somebody else for my team. I'm still not disappointed in Barbara, though, because, I mean, she's still really, really fast. Like, what did her speed say there? 105? Like, same as her HP? Yeah, 105 speed. Which, if you take a look at our other Pokemon, is way faster than them. Even Kulava, who's like a pretty decently fast Pokemon, only has 64 speed. So I'm definitely not disappointed on that front. But I am a little disappointed that Barbara just won't get a Poison-type move. Again, aside from one that I'll teach her a fair bit later in the game. We love being evil. How Saturday morning cartoon of you. Oh god, 5 Pokemon? And it's a bunch of Rattatas, huh? I don't know why the game loves throwing trainers like this at you sometimes. Just like, hey, can you defeat 5 really weak Pokemon? Oh, you can. Look at that. I mean, I get it's like somewhat variance. But at the same time, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit egregious sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. I guess while I'm fighting this, like, endless wave of Rattatas, I could, I don't know, what else, what is there to talk about? It's, November 12th today, first of my 2 days off, and they were very, very much needed. Work's been pretty busy lately, not, like, too awful, but, yesterday was Veterans Day, and the store was very, very busy, because everyone had the day off, and I don't think whoever wrote the schedule realized it was Veterans Day. I mean, to their credit, I guess, I didn't either until I walked into the store. But, yeah, we were staffed like it was a normal weekday, but it was as busy as a weekend, which Normally we have, like, I don't know, maybe not quite twice, but almost twice as much staff on weekends than weekdays. And we needed it yesterday, we didn't have it, but it all worked out. We made it through the day. But yeah, very much enjoying my day off today. Especially since it's raining. There's a nice drizzle outside. Had my windows open earlier, was enjoying the sound of that. I kind of debated leaving them open, but then I was editing a video recently and I heard birds chirping in the background. And I was like, you know, let's maybe not do that. I was checking my phone just now because I got a text. It's funny, I still get texts from my old apartment complex back in Nebraska. I need to tell them, hey, I don't live there anymore. But apparently it snowed there? Huh, yeah. Sorry, I was just reading the text there, and yeah, it looks like it snowed there, because they're talking about presence of snow on the ground. It might actually snow a little bit here tonight, which I would be really excited if it did. I really, really like the snow, and it's funny, I haven't even, like, it's not even winter yet, and I feel like I'm already taking that for granted. Not having snow. Or not taking it for granted, what did I mean to say there? I miss it, basically, is what I was saying. I miss not having snow way more than I thought I would. I took for granted not having snow, really, but... in any case... I was gonna say let's get back to the game, but, like, let's be honest, what is it right now? Just more Rattatas and Zubats? Cool, alright. I'm really just going through the motions of these battles, honestly. I'm not even really, like, very focused on what I'm doing, which is probably not good from a Let's Play standpoint, but... Oh, also, I hope the audio sounds alright in this one. I know in the last few episodes it was pretty wonky. I don't know what was going on with that. Maybe my mic was just, like, not plugged in all the way, or was that a weird angle or something? But I did a test audio recording earlier today. I even converted it to MP3 just to be sure, and it sounded alright. So I'll listen to this episode after it's finished, and hopefully it sounds okay. But yeah, sorry if the last few episodes of this series were a little... The audio was a little weird there. I thought about redoing it and doing post-commentary, but I feel like my post-commentary, even with cleaner audio, wouldn't be as good as the audio I had when I was doing it live. Especially the Gen 1 rant. I'm not redoing the Gen 1 rant. That was too good to not keep. Well, quote-unquote good. That episode actually hasn't gone up yet at the time of recording this, so we'll see what we'll see what people think of that. I don't know, I don't really have anything else to add to it at this point. Just, you know, that's just my feelings on Gen 1. I feel like there was another, like, Pokemon design I thought about after the fact I didn't like, but if there was, I don't remember what it is now. And ironically enough, for fighting some of the designs I ripped on, Grimer and Muck, but... Muck, by the way, I don't know if we've had the chance to run into a Grimer yet. I don't think so, but I don't know for certain. But Muck is actually not a bad Pokemon to have on your team. It's got pretty good special defense, and it's got a... I mean, it's got a pretty average move pool for poison types, but poison isn't quite as bad of a type as you might think. Or at least, when I was younger and I'd play these games, I always thought poison was like the worst type. No, poison is not that bad. Trying to think what I do think is the worst type. Well, and especially as of this game, because each generation, you know, they add new moves and new Pokemon, so the worst type is going to kind of shift around. In Gen 1, I definitely say the worst type is probably... You can't even really say Ghost is the worst type, though, because the only Ghost Pokemon was the Ghastly line, which was Ghost and Poison. Dragon was pretty good in terms of resistances, but there wasn't any Dragon move other than Dragon Rage, if I remember right. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure... Because I know they introduced Twister and Dragon Breath in this game, And I don't think there are any other dragon moves. I think it's just Dragon Rage in Gen 1, which is always 40 damaged. So dragons didn't even get their own, like, damaging move in that game. But they still had a lot of good resistances, so dragon's probably not the worst type. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see, let's keep heading up the radio tower here. I think this guy is, yeah, just an NPC. And let's just take care of these guys. I'm trying to think of a good stopping point for this episode, because I shouldn't finish the radio tower quite yet here. This will probably take 2 videos. But, oh, I think I know a good stopping point, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, got up to level 34 with Krusty there. So let's switch out. I guess I'll switch to Barbara, should be fine. See, if only you treated your Pokemon with love and care, you could have a Crobat too. I guess I do kind of like that they made that a mechanic in this game. That they made friendship actually matter. Although, friendship as a whole really isn't that big of a deal in the long run. As far as, like, getting it up. I mean, I did give Barbara that one haircut in order to try to get her happiness up. And there were moments where I, like, healed Barbara with an item when she didn't necessarily need it. Because that is one thing that that will affect happiness, is leaving a Pokemon at low HP will make it go down, but giving them items to heal them will make it go up. Here's the thing about happiness, though, in not only just this game, but in pretty much every Pokemon game, it is really, really, really hard to make a Pokemon actually hate you. As long as you use a Pokemon consistently in battle, you'll eventually max out their happiness stat. But yeah, to actually make a Pokemon hate you, you really do have to go out of your way for it. And I guess if you wanted to do that, well, there is one reason you might want to do that, but I don't even... No, I think it's in this game now that I think about it. Basically, the only reason you would ever want to make a Pokemon hate you is there's a move called Frustration. And what it does is, the more your Pokemon dislikes you, the stronger the move is. And, oh geez, you're self-destruct. We probably won't take that much damage from it, though. No, that was more than I thought. Okay. But, yeah, with Frustration, it's a normal type move that does more damage the more your Pokemon hates you. And I believe it caps out at 100 base power. Which is pretty good for a, like, 100% accuracy normal move. Here's the thing, though. There's a move called Return, which is the same thing, but if your Pokemon's happiness is maxed out. So, since it's so much easier to make a Pokemon like you than hate you, there's really no reason not to just use Return over Frustration. Okay, I think this guy here is a trainer? Yeah, okay. But yeah, like, to, you know, make a Pokemon hate you, you'd have to actively, like, leave it at low HP, feed it bitter items, and pretty much just do that. Because again, even just using a Pokemon in battle will make its happiness go up. So your Pokemon's happiness is always going up. And you'd have to actively counteract that, so... That's why I don't think Frustration is worth it. Oops. Sorry about that, I hit the wrong key there. Sorry if the game freaked out for a second. I'm trying to think, have all these scientists used Magnemites? I feel like they have. Because I remember because I just did this like right before this video, because again, I forgot to save after the last recording session. But I remember the scientist in the rocket base in Mahogany had 3 Magnemites. I think these dudes like just have Magnemites. Alright, with that, scientist mark goes down. Oops. I need to stop hitting that button there. Locked himself in, huh? Okay, so the director's up on the 5th floor, and, there's a card key slot for these metal, these are actually metal shutters here. There's a card key slot for it, but we don't have it. Sounds like the director up on the 5th floor has it, though. Yeah, let's go ahead and take these guys on. I'm looking at my time here, and I think I'm going to get up to the 5th floor and find the director, and then at that point we'll go ahead and cut it off, and then we'll do the rest of the radio tower next time. Oh, hey, this guy has something different, a Porygon. So Porygon, I don't actually remember if you can get in this game or not. If you can, it's going to be way, way later. Porygon's a normal type Pokemon. It's kind of a weird one, though, because it's got some moves that other Pokemon can't learn, such as Conversion and Conversion 2. And I actually don't remember what those do off the top of my head. Okay, and here it's using Tri-Attack, which not a whole lot of Pokemon have. Tri-Attack is a normal type move, but it has a small chance, but a chance nonetheless to either burn, paralyze, or freeze the opponent. But it's not very high, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. But yeah, Porygon's one of very few Pokemon that can actually learn that move. You think you're gonna beat me, like, after I've gotten all the way up here and cleared out all these other guys? And what do you have, a Rattata? Oh no, a Zubat, I'm sorry. Now, I think in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I haven't talked about those too much, because honestly, I've only played through Soul Silver, like, once, I think. Don't get me wrong, those are excellent remakes. I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia. It's actually almost certainly just nostalgia. I just really, really like Crystal. And honestly, I don't have my copy of Soul Silver anymore. I sold it quite a while ago, which, I don't know, I kind of regret, but also not really at the same time. It's definitely a very good game, though, don't get me wrong. But I think in the remakes, this guy might have been a boss. I just remember in that game there were a lot more Rocket Executives than in this one. And they weren't just called Rocket Executives, they actually had unique sprites and names, which I thought was pretty cool. I'll admit that Soul Silver did add quite a few things that really kind of like fleshed out the content and made the world feel like a little more, I don't want to say alive, because I'll say like the world of Pokemon Crystal does feel very much alive, but Soul Silver was definitely just an improvement on it. I'm going to try Headbutt here, actually. Oh, I forgot I was still confused. Might have behooved me to switch, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm level 34, so I definitely should have switched. I don't know why I'm still in here, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Perfect, okay. Yeah, so I think this guy was a boss in Soul Silver. I don't quite remember. I guess it's an idea for a future Let's Play, but that would be way, way down the line. If I did Soul Silver. I definitely, like, wouldn't want to do it. I don't know, I'd probably want to wait, like, at least a year. Because, I mean, I'd more or less be playing just the same game over again. I mean, there are a lot of differences, don't get me wrong, but it is more or less the same game. Okay, looks like we got the director up here. I did! What the? He's an imposter! Which, I don't, yeah, I don't really know why they bothered with this whole imposter thing. Like, they kind of treat it as though it were some, like, grand, oh god, oh, I remember this dude. Yeah, so this Rocket Executive has 6 Pokemon, and spoiler alert, they're pretty much all Coughings, except for one exception. But yeah, I don't know why they already bothered with the whole imposter executive thing, because it doesn't really come up before now. And it doesn't really matter after this either. It's kind of just like, you come in here, and then, like, what, on, like, the 4th or 3rd floor, they were like, hey, or it was the 3rd floor, the end of the 3rd floor, they're like, hey, the director's up a few floors, and you're like, oh, okay. So you go up, and then this guy's like, haha, I'm not the real director, and you're just like, oh, okay? Like, I don't know, it seems a little odd to me, but... And... this might just be a limitation of the medium. Okay, so here's the exception. This guy does have a wheezing. I think it's level 36, if I recall correctly. Oh, no, it's only 32. Okay, never mind. Maybe he has a level 36 one later. I feel like that number... I could just be thinking of Soul Silver again, though. I think they did readjust the levels a little bit in Soul Silver, but... oh, what I was gonna say was, like, yeah, I think this whole, like... The pacing of the story in this game can seem a little weird at times, but I think that's more a limitation of the medium than anything else. Either that, or they just didn't really know how to write a compelling story for these games at this point. Whoa, there's Explosion. So that's like Self-Destruct, but it deals a lot more damage. Self-Destruct has a base power of 150. Explosion, though, is 250, which is actually the highest base power of any move in the game. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to Barbara here. Although I really should have switched over to probably Hot Pocket, even though Barbara could use the level. These coughings and wheezings are all gonna have really high physical defense, so I should be using special moves here, but it's not gonna matter ultimately. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other Game Boy games, and if... I don't know, I guess like the Zelda Game Boy games, the story felt a little bit better. Well, the Oracle games, anyway. Link's Awakening is a great game, don't get me wrong, but... I don't know, the story is a little weird in that game. That's not bad, by any means, don't get me wrong. I do think it's a nice, charming little story. It's just a little... It's kind of like this game, where it's like weirdly paced, and you're not really sure if it's a limitation of the medium, or if it was like the storytelling done by the writers. Link's Awakening is actually a pretty decent idea of a game to play for this channel. Although I definitely have to brush up on it. I have not played it in quite a while. I haven't played the remake yet either. It's funny because there's a fair bit of hype surrounding it, but then once the game actually came out, it just kind of seemed to die out instantly. Oh, speaking of hype, by the way, at the time of recording this, we're like, what, 3 days away from Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out? Which, I know that's a pretty divisive topic right now, but I'll be honest, okay, so that was the only wheezing there. Yeah, for this one, I'll just switch to Krusty. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really excited for Sword and Shield. I know a lot of people are really down on the game. And, you know, if they want to be, you know, that's their prerogative. But I, for one, am really hyped for the game. I can't wait to play it. I'm excited to see all the new Pokemon. I think all the new Pokemon look fantastic. It is a shame about the cut Pokedex, don't get me wrong. Like, I do wish there was a full Pokedex, but at the same time, I'm willing to play the game and try it and see how I like it as a whole before I judge it. Based on, well, I want to judge it as a whole, not just judge it for the lack of Pokemon in the game. But, in any case, that's going to take care of this executive here. Alright, tell us where it is. The underground warehouse, huh? I doubt you'll get that far, but anyway, here's the basement key so you can try. But can we save the director and thwart Team Rocket once and for all? Find out next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. This is Hexlex signing out. Have a good day.